What's up guys, Dan here, Coalcracker Bushcraft. So I feel like a kid because every time I get some type of pole or stick in the woods, I feel this need to swing it around like I'm fighting somebody. Maybe it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I watched so much when I was little coming out. I don't know. But anyway, today has to do with poles and posts and flying tarps and a simple little trick you all need to know. So flying a tarp is referring to putting up some type of tarp up off the floor of the forest to provide a roof for you to work under or sleep under. Typically, when we think about flying tarps, we're thinking about hammocks, and we're having a hammock between two trees and a tarp over that hammock system. But then we also think just about camping in general. You have an extra tarp on a rainy weekend that you're going out camping that you don't want to postpone. You're going to put that up to work underneath. Now, when you do that, of course, you got to tie all four corners of that tarp out somehow, and generally that becomes a little bit difficult because you can't find four trees that work perfect for that type of setup. So what a lot of individuals will do is either get some type of pole or post. This is from an old Boy Scout tent. You can also use trekking poles, or you can even just cut a branch from a tree or a stick from the ground and utilize that. And then generally what we see happen is you put the post or the stick into your tie out or your grommet, and you take your looped rope, you put it over like this, and you tie it out. Now that is gonna work, but we have a better way to do that. It's simple and it's easy, and the reason I want to show this is because this is typically going to be a shelter setup that you're going to utilize when it is foul weather. So as the weather blows and the wind's around and the rain's starting to pile up, what we don't want to happen is, number one, if this is flexing and it's not too long, like on a stick you might make, we don't want this popping off. That's one thing. And secondly, we don't want the rope coming off and this whole thing going back like this, because that's when tarps get ripped and damaged. Meaning this thing slides off, that thing falls back, and now we have a sharp edge smashing against our tarp. We don't want that to happen. So instead of just throwing the loop over the top and tying it out this way, what I want you to do is the following. We're gonna go below the tarp tie out, take your loop, wrap it one time around the body, and go underneath this line. So it's gonna look just like this, like a cross. And then slide your loop up and put it over the top. What that's going to do now is create a cinch point that cinches this thing in place. Check that out. And now, no matter what you do, this rope is not going to let this tarp or this come off. Alright, and if you like this hot tip, hit like and subscribe down below. You can also check us out at coalcrackerbushcraft.com for all our classes, our gear, and our blog. And until the next video, stay in the woods.